with the first question from Allison Mastrangelo.
Hey, Kevin, how was the overall just vibe and mentality in this practice going into this must-win game tonight?
It was great. Guys focused, guys ready to play tonight. Obviously making some changes with our schemes and had a good shoot around. Kind of business as usual for us.
Can you share, did you see Trey out there and how did he look?
Yeah, he was in the building today.
Next question from Christos.
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm fine. I would like to ask you, tonight's game is for you personally the biggest game of your career so far in the NBA.
I mean, if every game for the past 3 weeks has been the biggest game of my career so far in the NBA. So business as usual. You prepare the same we have for every playoff game up to this point.
And what did you see? What do you need to improve in Game 6 in terms of the game in Milwaukee, in Game 5? And how important is to start with the proper way tonight?
Yeah, we got to get off to a better start. Dug ourselves a hole that, really the rest of the game we played even basketball, played a lot better of a basketball game. We can't dig ourselves into a hole that early in the game and got to match their intensity, got to rebound.
Let's go to Chris up in Albany, New York.
Hey, Kev.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you? Hey, we've talked about, how you guys early on in the postseason didn't feel like you were playing with house money just because you moved past the Knicks. Have you felt the pressure, either in a good or bad way, rise with each game that you guys have advanced, understanding how close you are to, kind of reaching the ultimate goal, even for as much as maybe people didn't think you'd be here?
Yeah, I mean, each round the stakes get higher. Eastern Conference Finals are different than Eastern Conference semis that are different than Eastern Conference quarterfinals. So, yeah, each progressive round, I guess, it gets more intense. But we haven't been the favorites in any series so far. So our mentality has been the same. Like we talked about, just a good belief, a good confidence in our locker room, and that's really all we need.
Stephanie Sutton.
Hi, Kevin. Hey, even without Giannis, how dangerous is this Bucks team?
Really dangerous. You saw that last game. They had 4 guys score 20. Have other guys that didn't score 20 that are capable of doing that. And just like us, the Bucks are a good team because they're a good team, not because they have one guy. And you saw that similar the way we kicked them in Game 4. And at this point in the playoffs, obviously both teams want to be at full strength and have other guys and have their best players. But we didn't expect them to fold when he went out. So we got to respond better. They hit us first last game. Like we said, we dug ourselves a hole early, and team that has a lot of vets over there. Guys have been around a long time, playing a lot of games, and they got some really good players.
And maybe not at the beginning of this series, but it sure seems like the home court is an advantage these last few games. How much of an advantage do you think it'll be here tonight in Atlanta?
We need it to be. We obviously we need them to be loud, feed off their energy, just like we did in Game 4, kind of building our lead in that third quarter, and it's huge. That was kind of how they were able to use their crowd in the first quarter at their quarter in their place. So it'll be great to be back at home for sure.
Brandon Harper.
Hey, Kevin, we saw tons of ball movement in Game 4. Everybody touched the ball. The ball was swinging around the perimeter, which led to great shots. Didn't see much of that, especially in the first half of Game 5. How important is it for you all to get back to that tonight, back on your home floor?
That's huge. That's something we've talked about in the last 24 hours. Just got a little stagnant. I don't think it was selfishness from guys. Just maybe waiting too long for plays to develop. Have to think quicker, make quicker decisions, kind of keep them off balance. That Game 4, we talked about it. We start off the game great, the ball moving side to side. That side to side, that really set the tone for the rest of that game, and just didn't get the same flow, not the same rhythm in that Game 5. But it's something we've talked about. We for sure have to get back to.
Jonathan Simmons.
Hey, Kevin. Good to see you this morning. 2 things. Number one, what would be, I know you guys talked about moving the ball around the perimeter. what would be the one other thing that you guys would like to improve upon and do better in this game? And number two, even though I may not know who the artists are, what kind of music that you listen to before the game to get you ready?
We're listening to a bunch of different people. A lot of times right now we got Migos or Lil Baby playing a lot in the locker room. We put on a speaker before the game. Usually Nate Knight has the aux, so probably a mix of those two. I would say other than ball movement and the usual stuff, we got to rebound better. We got to control the paint better. That's something that really hurt us in that first quarter. Just they get too many second chance opportunities, us not getting enough on the offensive end, and just being more aggressive, driving their switches. They switch a lot. We got to try to make them pay, both posting the ball up and on the perimeter. So
Allison.
Kind of just answered my question, but it was really just the key of protecting the paint tonight, especially when Giannis might be out. But we've seen clearly that Brook Lopez was back to his all-star form when you guys played him.
Yeah, that's huge. We kind of knew that was going to be a key even going into Game 5. Brook's whole career, he's killed on the low block and changed his game when he started playing with Giannis, but it's not something that went away. So we got to do a lot better. Portis really killed us, his spark too, and everyone else. Guards, we got to be under the ball, can't let them into the paint, and bigs the same with their guys. So it's a group effort. It'll be a team type of thing, but we got to be a lot better in the paint for sure.
Any final questions for Kevin? We are good to go. Thank you, Kevin.
Cool. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks, Jelani.